Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have an important announcement to make, and it's actually that I have released the most awaited version 2 of my developed package, that is Reactnative drop-down select list. And this new version has some very cool and powerful functionalities which I'm going to show you in a bit. Before that, let me show you the demo, and here's our multiple select list component. It has got its placeholder and chevron icon in the place, and if I open it will show you the options which I can choose from. And the best thing is it's not restricted to choose only one value here. Here you can choose multiple values, like if I select this, and this, you can see it's showing them as selected, and a check mark is placed in front of them. And if I close this, you'll see that our view has changed and it now contains the selected values. If I open it again, you can change the options and search the values like in the previous select list component. Like if I search for fashion, you can select fashion also. And I've also added support for changing the text if any option is not found. For example, if I type hello, it's showing no data exists. Many of you had complained that we wanted to change this text to our language or any other value. So what I did, I just added support for this also. And I have also exposed the drop-down's visibility state, through which you can control on and off feature of the drop-down wherever you like. If this all sounds interesting to you, stay tuned, because I'll be giving you a tour of the new functionalities in this video. And one more thing, if you see that there are some values which are appearing blurry, the thing is actually this is the disabled option which has been disabled by the user. So in this package you have support for disabled values also, which was requested by some of my subscribers. So let's just dive straight to VS Code so that I can show you how you can make use of this multiple drop-down select list. So here I have a newly initialized React Native project. So firstly, what we have to do is to install the package by typing yarn add React Native drop-down select list. If you have npm as your default package manager, so what you have to do is to type npm install React Native drop-down select list, and by hitting enter, this package will be installed in your project. As I've already installed this package, I don't have to install it again, so I'll skip this step, and let's just continue with the usage of this package. I've already elaborated the usage of the select list component, so I'll not be showing you anything about select list component in this video. We will be talking about multiple select list component only. So let's just import our multiple select list component from the package. Here with this statement, I have imported the multiple select list component from React Native drop-down select list, and I will initialize a state variable also. I have named it selected. In my previous video where we talked about the select list component, you might have observed that I used strings here instead of the array. I used string because I had to store the value that I received from the select list component as a string. But now, as we are storing multiple values, because this is a multiple select list, so we have to use multiple values. So I have initiated it with a empty array. So after that, what I'll do is I will pass this demo data here, this data. I'll pass this demo data here to the component so that it can iterate through this array and provide us the options. Only key and value are required for working of the component. You pass disabled as true only when you have to disable any value. To show you better, I have marked few as disabled so that you can see for self what happens when we pass disabled as true. Now let's call the multiple select list component from our JSX here. So here between the view tags, I have pasted the multiple select list component. So as you can see, only two props are required to make this work, that is set selected and data. Set selected will store the selected value in our local state, and data is the list of data that it will iterate through and show us our options. Now let's save this and check this out. As you can see, the multiple select list has appeared on our application, and the data that we supplied it with is being iterated as options. And if we we passed disabled as true for some values, these will appear as disabled and no action will trigger when they are touched upon. We can select any number of options and those will be stored in our local state variable. If I select some and close this, you can see that it's a bit ugly because this doesn't have any label which justifies what this block is for. So what I can do, I can pass it a prop of label, and you can see, sorry, typo, and you can see that label has appeared right on the top of the block. Now coming to another prop, for example, if you want to execute any function when any value is checked, what you can do is you can pass any function to onSelect prop and that will execute right after the option is checked. This will help you execute custom chunks of code for specific options. Let me show you how you can do it. I'll pass the custom function on the onSelect prop. So onSelect, I'll pass an anonymous function right now. I'll just alert. What I'll alert? The selected, I'll alert executed. So let me just save it. As you can see, if I check any of the values, any of the options, you can see that this chunk of code here will be executed. Now moving on to another exposed prop that is save. With help of this, you can choose yourself what data you want to store in your local state array. It's your choice if you want to save key or value. Let me show you how we can pass key or value strings to the save prop, and with this you have the power to store data of your choice. Let me just show you. What I'll pass is save, and I'll pass a string of key or value I can choose. So firstly, let's just choose key. So if I save this and if I select grocery, cameras, food and fashion, if I check down below, I'll just console log here selected. So let me just choose another one. As you can see, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7 is selected. That means the keys here of these values are being stored in our local state. So if I deselect them all, close the drop down and pass value here, and now what this will do, it will store value in your local selected local state variable. So if I open it and select grocery, cameras, food and fashion, and you can see for each time I'm selecting this, the console log is being executed down below, and you can see grocery, cameras, food and fashion is currently stored in my selected state variable. Now another powerful prop that you can pass to this component is Fontfamily. What this does is actually very amazing. You can pass your font family to it and it will reflect upon each and every text element in the component. You don't have to pass style props for each element, just pass this prop and it will reflect globally. Let me show you how. I have Poppins font installed in this project. So if I pass regular to this prop, that is Fontfamily, if I pass regular here, regular. So if I save it, as I save it, you can all see that here in the application, the text elements have changed to Poppins font style. Let me show you by opening the drop down. You can see that the font style of each and every text element has changed to Poppins. So no burden at all to change style props of each element from now on. So that was it for Fontfamily, and now let's move on to another prop. Many of my subscribers had complained that they can't change the error message that appears when nothing is returned from the search results. So now their problem has been solved. You can pass your custom text to the not found text prop to appear instead of the default message. Let me show you. For example, if I search test, you can see no data found is appearing here. This message, you can control it via not found text. So you have to pass any text, whatever you like. For example, if I say currently it's showing no data found, I will pass no data exists. So if I save it, as you can see, if I search test again, test, you can see now it's appearing no data exists. So the problem has been solved. Now you can pass any custom text to the not found text prop. Now let's talk about the style props. Firstly, let me just tell you that this multiple select list inherits all the style props of the select list component, which I have already talked about in the previous video. If anybody doesn't know about those style props, what he can do is he can find the link in the description and he can check out this video, check out that video for those style props. Sorry. So in this video, I'll showing you only the additional style props which are applicable to only this multiple select list only. So the first one is label styles. With this, in this prop, you have to pass a style object, and with this you can control this label here. You can change its font weight, my bad, we have to pass it as a string. As you can see, the font weight of the label was changed to 900. I can pass any styles to it to control it. For example, I'll change its color to red. As you can see, the color has reflected in the component. I can pass any styles to it. I prefer the default style, so I'll not be using these styles. Let me show you the another style prop, that is badge styles. I can pass style object to it, and for example, if I change its background color to red, you can see that this badge style controls these badges which are appearing red in the application. You can see these badges and these badges both have become red. You can style them the way you want. You can change their roundness, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, do whatever you like. Now if you want to change the text style of the badge, so you can pass badge text style prop and pass the style object to it. For example, I can change their color to red. As you can see, their color changed to a red color. You can pass any styles to them. As I mentioned in my previous video, as I've shown there how you can change and you can achieve anything by providing style objects to these props. So next style that is applicable to multiple select list only is checkbox styles. Checkbox styles. What this does is it controls the styles of the checkbox. For example, if I change its background color to red, you can see that the color of the checkbox was changed to red. I can strip its border, so I'll change the border width to 0. As you can see, I have stripped the border from the checkbox. You can pass any styles to it. As I said before, you can style it the way you want. And another prop that is applicable to only multiple select list is disabled checkbox style. You can also style the disabled checkbox by passing it the style object. For example, if I change its background color to black, you can see that only disabled checkbox was changed to black color. So another style prop is disabled item styles. What this does is, if I change the background color to red, this means it controls the the option of the drop down which has been disabled. You can change its box color, you can change its text. Let me show you how you can change its text. You can pass disabled text styles color gray. As you can see that I can change it the way I like, and I can make it the way I want it to be. So that was it for now, guys. I'll soon be back with version 3, which will be packed with super powerful features if you support me by subscribing. So it's bye for now. See you all around. Thank you.